Hi, my name is Chris Johnstone and I'm a science teacher, and I want to show you in this video how to create a unique video recording with your students. It involves using a smartphone that's got a camera, at least, and this plastic display case that I was able to get at Amazon for about $10. So I want to show you how this works, and then I'll show you an example that I've made with these materials. Okay, so you can see here I have everything I need to do my recording. I have my clear plexiglass display case. Again, this came advertised as something to display jewelry or something in a window or in a shop, for example. And I got this on Amazon for about $10. Under here I have the materials I'm going to use to make my video. I'm doing this short video about atoms and atomic structure, and so there is my atom there, and then here is a small cutout that I made of the periodic table, so we'll use that, and some labels and other things that are down here underneath the plexiglass. Now, I also need my smartphone, so to do this, all you need is the camera on the smartphone. So you can see that the camera is going to record something that I do here underneath the plexiglass, and as long as that glass is, or as long as the plastic here is clean, then it records everything that's happening here, very much in the same way that a document camera can do. And so, of course, I need the video feature here on the phone, and the video records what's happening underneath the plexiglass, and then the microphone on the smartphone is recording my narration. And it's a great way to keep everything wrapped up in a tight package with a smartphone, not only the visual video, what's happening under here, but also the microphone recording. And as soon as you're done, it's all nice and tight on the smartphone. You can share it or edit it or upload it to YouTube or whatever you need to do. And it's a quick and easy way to do a demonstration or an explanation of something down here on the tabletop, and also have a narration that goes right along with it. So I want to show you what a finished product looks like when we use this setup. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Johnstone, and in this quick video I want to show you what I know about atoms. Of course, we've studied atoms before. Atoms are the fundamental unit of matter, and when we illustrate them, they look kind of like this. I made this on the computer. This is actually a model atom of helium, and we'll get back to that in a second, so here's information on helium. But here's my model atom, and things we already know about atoms, or things that you should probably already know about atoms, is that there are subatomic particles. In other words, there are parts to an atom, even though an atom is the fundamental unit of matter. So the first thing we have are protons. That should be a word that is familiar to you. That's in the nucleus of the atom. The other particle that's present in the nucleus is a neutron, and so maybe we'll say that the purple ones there are the neutrons. There happens to be 2 protons and 2 neutrons in this case, in this model atom. And then, of course, the third subatomic particle is our little electron here. So those words and that structure should not be terribly new to you. Again, this is a model of helium, so let's take a look at helium specifically. So here's some information on helium, and I got this information from about helium from the periodic table. So here's the periodic table. This also should not be new to you. All the elements we know of on Earth are here, all the chemicals we know of on Earth, and the numbers and data associated with each one of these squares has to do with one atom of that element. For example, calcium is right here. Ca is the atomic symbol or abbreviation for calcium, and then calcium happens to be number 20. And some of you already know that that number is the atomic number. That means the number of protons in calcium. But let's not talk about calcium. Let's talk about helium. Here's our helium. He is the atomic symbol there. And helium is number 2 on the periodic table. That is the atomic number. It equals the number of electrons and the number of protons. And of course, in our model atom just a minute ago, you saw that that was the case. Now, this number down here is the atomic mass. It has a special unit called AMU, atomic mass units. Those are kind of made-up units because the mass of the interior of an atom, or the mass of an atom itself, is just so darn small that we had to actually make up a new unit of mass. But this number is the weight of the protons and neutrons, or the mass of the neutrons and protons together. And so if together their mass is 4, and I subtract the number of protons, again, the atomic number here, then I get 2, and that gives me 2 neutrons. So let's take a look at our atom again here. There's my protons, my neutrons, and my electrons. And remember, the number 2 here is the number of protons. The number of protons and electrons always equal each other. So again, 2 green protons, 2 gray electrons, always in a neutral atom of helium, for example. And then again, we have our atomic mass here, which is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. And so I have 2 purple neutrons there. It just so happens that in helium, you have 2 protons, 2 electrons, and 2 neutrons. That isn't always the case. It doesn't always work out quite so nicely. But again, there's the structure of the atom. We can tell stuff about an atom from the periodic table, and if we look closely at an individual square of the periodic table, we can actually tell a lot about an individual atom of a particular kind of element. So that's what I know about elements and atoms for now, and I also want to show you how I made this short video. So what I'll do is I'll pick up my camera. I'm using my smartphone camera here. You can see that I have a plastic box that I'm using, and inside this plastic box I can manipulate pieces of paper and other things, and when I place this back down on the plastic, then you can see that my phone is a very convenient way of showing you what I know. So that's it. I'll see you for the next video.